Alrighty then, it's time for a Jungle Gragas game. Let's get this show on the road. And even though it's a Gragas game, I actually want to use it more to pay attention to something else. It's pay attention to sort of a lot of the following things. Pay attention to the kill spread. That's going to be the most important thing to pay attention to. It's going to be a slow game, so the kill spread only starts casing itself around 15 minutes in. Pay attention to the time. How slowly a lot of things happen, and why, and I'll explain why that's important later on, and just the CS spread as well. So this is a game where a few peculiar patterns started showcasing themselves. Right now, the worst pattern that showcased itself is the Darius pushing against a Maokai really violently very early on into the game, knowing that a Rengar will probably want to kill him, and to lo and behold, here comes a Rengar to kill him. So that was a pretty bad thing that Darius did. Easy kill for Rengar. But anyways, spoiler alert, I guess, the Rengar's the one who's going to get it fed. And he gets to the point where he one-shots people and, causes panic. And my teammates fight about it. And they just, we should surrender. We're not going to win from this. But there are key details that will showcase why surrender in this case was a mistake. And that sort of foreshadows too, or spoils the fact that, the game will go in our favor. I kind of have to do that in order to get you to pay attention to the things I want you to, so something can be learned from it. So a weird pattern that showcases itself is that the Rengar is going to be trying to gank or forcibly gank and fight anything, really. Like, there's not too much thought or planning going on to them. He just sort of jumps at people and goes for like these weird approaches where he walks at them and throws bolas and whatnot. And that's it. And that's something that's extremely important to note because it sort of denotes this very careless behavior. Like, I see a kill, I jump at a kill kind of thing. And again, to pay attention to that. So far, the CS favors the enemy team slightly, mostly because they have the better laners, and because I'm not really able to gank them because they are pretty ungankable, quote unquote. At this point, Malzahar is playing extremely safe, and Rengar's kind of just roaming around, pretty dangerous with the first blood. Sivir, in general, is just really hard to gank for anybody who needs to land an initial stun to set up for some combo or damage. And this is what I mean. The Rengar just sort of jumped at me, and if he didn't catch me by surprise, I probably would have nuked him for a lot and then caused this weird situation. And here again, he jumps me again and just sort of backs away. He's like, I don't know why you did that. The damage was not important. And then he jumps to Victor and gets chunked down for a lot. It did do some damage to the Victor, but at the same time, this is what the behaviors I was mentioning. He just seems to be going for, fights and constant fights. And I have to be paying attention to that. It does have the effect of making me a little bit afraid of walking around randomly and trying to evade, but still. Anyways, for some reason, Sivir super panicked and just popped her ultimate and ran off, while I'm just sort of wasting around here because my teammates want my help because they're constantly being pushed in. This is a pretty good ultimate from both of us, but our follow-up is so uncoordinated we don't actually get a kill. If we had picked a target, we probably would have gotten a kill out of that, and it would have been this messy. So now, because we failed that, the Sivir is able to go resume to the pushes, and I have to stick around a little bit just to sort of alleviate some of that pressure, and then just hopefully, give my bottom lane teammates some breathing room. I was waiting around here until we saw Rengar again, but unfortunately we waited too long, and the Rengar killed the Victor. So, yeah, sad. I do some weird haphazard kind of harassment gank that doesn't really amount to very much, just because I was planning on going, either home or back. So, go back, buy Runic Echoes, or the Runic Echoes portion. Yeah, it's Runic Echoes. I forgot. Luden's Echoes is the other one. Just to chunk people down. Now, some would say you should go super tanky, so in order to survive the Rengar thing. But there's a very important thing you need to know. The Rengar is, again, spoiler alert, not going to be building tanky. He's going to be going for the elite damages, and then for whatever reason, this Sivir gets super cocky and, sort of taunts me, and gets super chunked down, and eventually killed, so hooray for me. And then the Nami stands no chance in hell, because she's got no mana, so I go at her to chunk her down and destroy her too. Rengar comes in with his ultimate, jumps me, and I should have flashed towards the Victor's W, but whatever, at least the Rengar gets killed in a revenge kill, so But anyways, like I said, he's going to be building in a certain way that makes him, he'll kill people, he'll destroy people, maybe he'll kill 2 people. But the kill spread is starting to showcase itself, even though it's just a 5 and 4. 3 kills on the Rengar. I've always made this sort of, always talked about this in my videos. If your kill spread in your team is really poor, like all of it on one champion, especially a very flimsy champion who puts themselves in very dangerous situations or whose damage isn't very reliable or something like that, you might as well have gotten no kills. Again, like the Rengar gets a bunch right here or alongside his teammates, and this is where it sort of stacks up. But like I said, he didn't get them because, incredible lead plays. It's mostly either my team blundered into giving him some kills or, just he got the last hit or something. By the way, I actually really love how he killed Malzahar here. It's just like, the no minions allowed him to get destroyed by the tower. So, kill spread. Almost all of it is on purely Rengar. It's going to get more exaggerated than just 5 kills, or 6 kills in this case now. It's going to become more exaggerated. He's building basically pure damage, all right? 3, he basically just jumps at whoever he can. Like in that case, he just went to hunt me down, and he would have killed me, but, I was kind of anticipating the getting pounced, like something gave me that vibe, and I managed to survive on that. So, super violent, constantly going for ganks. His CS isn't bad, but it's more attributed to just the fact that he's, got a lot of items and he can just sort of jump from camp to camp at this point. So, look, 10 kills on the enemy team. 1 kill on Maokai, 1 on Malzahar, and 8 on Rengar. If you don't know where I'm going with this, or why I said, building pure damage is not the best thing, well, I'll explain now. I'm building Burst. The Iceborne Gauntlet gives me some form of burst and at least some form of tankiness. The general idea is, right now I have to calm down my team. Like, they're starting to panic. Oh, the Rengar's just going to one-shot us. We can't make it, we can't win this. We should surrender. And I'm not worried at all, really. My whole idea is I could probably just nuclear blast anybody that I combo down. And, that's my hope. The Rengar jumps in, just sort of blast him down. He just kind of kills a lone Sona. And hopefully with the added tankiness of Iceborne Gauntlet and eventually Deadman's Plate, I'll survive. Though in that case, I obviously won't survive. I don't have enough armor yet, and I'm just going to squishy, and the Rengar is super fed. 10, 2, and 1 Rengar. But like I said, he has an extreme majority of the kills on his team. What is it? 12. Yeah, he's got 10. He's got 10 kills. I was trying to do some quick math in my head. So what does that mean? He's got 4/5 the kills? No, that's just bad math. Well, 10, 12. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing math right now so quickly. I'm just watching this game. Let's just watch the game. Or 5/6 of the kills? Whatever. Now, in that case, the enemy team fought a really poor fight because they focused on the wrong person and burned a lot of things. So it just leaves them vulnerable to me and the Victor, who just kind of sweep them up. And Victor gives himself a triple kill. And that's actually pretty important because he has a lot of burst alongside of him. So if I control the Rengar, or if the Rengar jumps someone else, hopefully the Victor or I can punish them and, zap them down. But unfortunately, the Victor, kept pushing instead of going home, and then he jumps in. But that's sort of what I mean. Rengar jumps in, and he gets bursted down for a lot. He doesn't die. But that's the important thing I've been trying to note this entire time. He is pretty easy to kill. Especially if you catch him off guard and he doesn't get to use his leap or his ultimate. Or if he does use his leap, you catch him in midair and, at least cancel a large portion of it and nuke him down. So, Sivir finally got on the map with a kill, but at this point it doesn't matter. 14 and 14. Look at the kill spread of my team. Look at the CS. We're not too far behind on everything. And in terms of kills, my team spread is a lot more, I'll just say delicious. It's just pretty much well spread. Unfortunately, we're still kind of scattered about and getting caught, so the team morale is basically in the absolute dumpster. So, fortunately for me, I haven't really given up yet, and I can do a whole lot of damage. Just like, watch this ultimate. How much it chunks the enemy team. Like, ooh, boom! That's kind of a chunk for, a single ultimate. Almost killed the Malzahar, but unfortunately there was no other response from my team. But it protects the tower and forces them back. Now, sorry, I'm still sick, so my breathing is still a little bit more impaired, so just sort of have some patience. Anyways, we gather ourselves again, just farm whatever we can. And at this point, the Rengar is getting, a little bit more brave. So my bottom lane teammate, Darius went after the Sivir, and then Rengar is pouncing around with his roar, and then I could feel him running at me, And as soon as he jumps me, I, combo him down with everything, do a crap ton of damage. Not exactly to kill him because my Q wasn't properly placed. And, yeah, you see, he's dropped. And all of a sudden, 11 kills of the enemy team are basically nullified. Surprise, surprise. So, it's only 4 of us until the Darius returns mid lane, but the enemy team knows they can't really do much because my team is extremely stronger. Just because, all the kills are on the Rengar. So yeah, once Rengar dies, there's nothing much the enemy team can do, so we start sieging them. No, they also have that whole, really weird, sorry. They have that situation where their team comp is really not synergistic. They have some synergies, but they're by a whole and large not really, well focused in what they want to do. So they're not very complementary to each other. And as a result, that just sort of causes them to not be able to do very much without burning a lot. I mean, they take me down, but it costs them the lives of 2 of their own, and they're kind of sort of back where they started. And keep in mind, my team didn't have all their stuff available, and we still just kind of decked them. So, hooray. Like, I'm okay with trading my life for 2 kills at this point, considering, the rest of my team is just wholly way stronger than theirs. Although they are kind of burning their stuff rather willy-nilly, so it's like, So, anyways, they regroup themselves, and then I come back to life, and we hope to do something. I know this is sort of leading to a situation that's going to be pretty nifty. But yeah, CS is pretty damn fair, right? The time is about 27 minutes in, 17-17. The kills aren't actually too grandiose. It's just the spread that is making the biggest difference. And that's one thing, again, I always talk about in a lot of my videos. The spread is important, more important than anything else. Don't hog kills, don't falter if a lot of kills are on one champion, because just get rid of that one champion, etc., etc. And for some reason, my team won't stop glowing blue. I don't know. I think it's a bug with DJ Sona. I can breathe easily. Now, like I said, I'll go in here, annihilate or at least spread them a bit. They use a lot of stuff on me, and they completely ignore the rest of my team. So as a result, Darius just kind of goes in and just starts annihilating people, and the Kai'Sa just guns them down like degenerates. And sure, I dropped, but they lost 3 people for basically minimal effort on my team's part, while they had to burn a whole lot to, a whole lot to even get me, so that was pretty grim on their part. I feel that Malzahar burning his ultimate on me was kind of a mistake, because even though it killed me, at that point I had already burned so much of my abilities, I was definitely a way lesser threat. But yeah, so my teammates are sieging, they're trying to do something, but whatever. It's, the enemy team is starting to respawn. I think they do get the inhibitor tower, and then Darius gets a Sivir kill because, I don't know, she was just kind of dicking around for some reason, while Victor gets the kill. And then we get an inhibitor, and then they back away. And then next comes, well, I guess, spoiler alert, a really fun part. So the enemy team is trying for some, weird, desperate Baron. I'm here pushing that top lane, and we sort of ping for it. Victor and me go, and just us is not enough to defend it. We just sort of poke at them, and it doesn't deter them. So I go in with a body step to see if I can nuke down Nami to death. And unfortunately, my Q is poorly placed, and I get dropped, and so does the Victor. But they're very low health. Kai'Sa comes in, and again, they burned all their stuff just really willy-nilly. It was a real waste. She kills 2 people, starts nuking down the Maokai. Nami gets too close, she gets killed. Then it's Sona and Kai'Sa versus Maokai and Sivir, and eventually they grind down the Sivir, and then slowly grind down the Maokai, who lasted from the very beginning of the fight, giving Kai'Sa a pentakill, and then giving the rest of my team a Baron. Oh, that was... Again, I should have mentioned that's another one of the points that I should have made in the beginning of the game. Poor usage of your abilities, especially when you have an advantage, just kind of throws it away. They burned so much on Victor and me that, some of them didn't count as full champions anymore. What is Malzahar without his ultimate except just kind of this weird, annoying champion in team fights? And what is Maokai without, his big-ass ultimate to ensnare an entire team? He just basically used it for one person. So, yeah, it's with Baron, it's just kind of, GG at this point, pushing in, taking down the last turrets, and the enemy team decides to surrender, and that's it. You know, my teammates were really gearing up to surrender at the very beginning because Rengar got super fed, but like I said, he was no real issue. And if you liked this video, remember to give it a like. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure to hit the little bell up there somewhere so you actually get notifications to my videos because YouTube and stuff.